New breed, global truth.
Unity to Space Command. Do you copy?
You know CPT is not a thing anymore, right?
Well, you would think after eternal life we would have more time in the day, but I'm here, and shalom.
Shalom, dear brother. Can we get started?
Coming in for landing shortly.
We are going live any second now. Oh, and did you bring the snacks from Earth Sector 12?
Yeah, I got the snacks.
You're eating it, right?
This is a little snack for the flight. Got plenty left.
Okay, good.
Shalom, shalom. It's your brother New Breed coming through with another live stream. Welcome to another broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. I see Helena Seeley in the building, Johnny Wick, Martinez, CJ Matthews, what's up? The Rex King, Azaria Zion. Yes, I'm glad y'all catching another show, man. We got a lot to discuss today. In brink of the loss of life of Brandon Smiley, the son of radio host Ricky Smiley. Excuse me. There's a lot that can be speculated on because of the lack of information. People can only evaluate what's going on, use their discretion and their discernment to figure out what happened to Brandon Smiley. Today, I'm going to educate you all on the Brotherhood. We're talking about the fraternities, Omega Phi Psi, or Psi Phi to be exact. We're going to get a little bit into that, but I'm going to get a real in-depth lesson on fraternities as a follow-up broadcast, because there's a lot of people with living testimonies. There's a lot of individuals that went through hell and high water in those fraternities, and they are given their breakdowns of what they experienced, and you really get an understanding on how these groups, these black letter groups in particular, are ran off of fear, and how a lot of individuals who get involved end up traumatized. And you're gonna understand further what this is about. So the question is, did Ricky Smiley do his son dirty for the Brotherhood? We'll talk about it. But first of all, this is the first news broadcast that I've seen so far that even announced Ricky Smiley's son Brandon passing away. And I want to play what they have to say. Again, it's only 20 seconds. That's all they gave him. They gave this man who died at 32 years old 20 seconds on the news just to say, hey, he passed away. Still no details have been released, but we're going to play it nonetheless.
The community is rallying around a popular Atlanta radio host and comedian today.
Ricky Smiley announced the death of his oldest son, Brandon Smiley. Ricky Smiley didn't share many other details, but he did ask everybody to pray for him and his family during this very difficult time. Brandon Smiley was 32 years old. He had pursued a career in comedy, just like his father.
Yep, that's all they gave you. Now, it's interesting that we got all of these journalists and investigative journalists that work for the news. It's amazing that TMZ don't know what took place. It's amazing that we don't have 911 calls or possible 911 calls. It's amazing that we don't know whether or not this brother was sick. We don't know if he had any issues. We don't know any of that. All we know is he passed away. So nobody even investigated. Nobody from the news actually contacted Ricky Smiley. And this is why I say it seems as if some type of rituals are being conducted, and the only thing these celebrities have to do is go to the media or social media and announce that the deed has been done. And it seems to be some form of communication to the very elite that write their checks. And that's what it seems, man. But here's something very interesting, y'all, that I stumbled upon. And a lot of individuals didn't quite know this, but I'm going to share this with you all, right? A lot of people didn't know that only 6 days ago, Omega Phi Psi, or Omega Psi Phi chapter, they celebrate 100 years of brotherhood just 6 days ago. Now, for those who don't know, Ricky Smiley is heavily involved in the fraternal order. He has been a part of the Brotherhood for quite some time. He has his name written on the Wall of Fame, which I'll show you a little bit later. The Wall of Fame, when it comes to those who came from this particular chapter, he's been heavily involved. And for those who don't know, the Brotherhood is pretty much ran like the mob. It's not about what you know in colleges. It's about who you know. Who are your affiliates? And Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, there's several famous baseball players. There's all kind of familiar faces. I'm talking about individuals who was rallying in the civil rights movement. We're talking about so-called revolutionaries are on this list. And it's so many of them. You even have a couple preachers and bishops and things of that nature on the list. And Ricky Smiley happens to be one of them. And recently, they're celebrating 100 years of brotherhood, started back in Howard University 100 years ago. And it seems to me that this would be some type of ritual for the brotherhood to keep the success going. See, this is what you got to understand, brothers and sisters. Forget everything you've been taught about how people acquire fame and success in this world. It's done through which ritual. It's always been that way. Whether it been Moloch worship or what have you. People have always, especially on the top of the year, a new year, they have always offered up their children as a sacrifice to get certain amenities, trinkets, and so-called blessings for the upcoming year. So it's a dirty, dirty game, y'all. Let's play the news brief here.
A week away from the start of Black History Month, and one of Harrisburg's...
Actually, they just said it's a week away. Hold on, now we getting somewhere. They actually said it was a week away. So that means this is just posted 6 days ago, ladies and gentlemen. So if it was a week ago and it was posted 6 days ago, that means Ricky Smiley's son literally died the morning of their 100-year celebration. Now, ladies and gentlemen, is that a coincidence that possibly the most renowned Omega Psi Phi member at the moment, his son passes right on the morning of the 100th year of brotherhood? Now, I don't believe in coincidence. I just don't. I know how these fraternities operate. I spent a couple years in college, and I knew that place wasn't for me because I had refused to join the crowd. I refused to join the fraternity, and they made life very difficult far as getting my college credits, far as actually acquiring the actual degree. So I knew that this was about intimidation, that they want you in their group. They want you to be subservient to the brotherhood. And these individuals go through all kind of rituals I'm talking about they deal with the walking across the burning sands. Yeah, I know all about that. I know people who went into these fraternities and they were never the same anymore. People that I fell out with because they wanted to join a fraternity, right? I know about the pledges. I know about the 100 lashes that you get. I know about you all being hoodwinked. Yeah, I know about being hoodwinked. Yeah, that's when they blindfold you, brothers, make you do hundreds of push-ups. The late night graveyard visits is very demonic and satanic, to say the least. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I never experienced these things, but I've heard stories. And I know that similar to the skull and bones, where there's rituals and sacrifices made, it's the same story with these black letter groups as well, right? Yeah, be a leader, not a follower. Real talk.
Prominent fraternities is celebrating a major milestone.
A local Omega Psi chapter was founded 100 years ago. Brian Munoz spoke with the chapter's historian tonight.
An important milestone for the Omega Psi fraternity in Harrisburg.
We keep telling the members here, old or young, remember, not any of us will ever see 100 years again that we can celebrate it.
The chapter was chartered in January 1923.
From the look at the history of the men who helped to charter it here, they were prominent men in this community.
Lawyers, doctors, even elected officials, all guided by the same mission.
Now listen, you got doctors, lawyers, elected officials, they're all guided by the same mission. But they would never tell you what the mission is, ladies and gentlemen. They will never tell you what the mission is because they operate in secrecy. See, the Most High God is a God of light. He doesn't hide behind the scenes. You know? What is the mission? Well, I'll tell you the mission. It is to denounce your original culture, your original nation, and stake claim to being Greek. Therefore, your mission is to do the bidding of the Grecians, of the heathens. You really are just slaves, and all those dances y'all doing, yeah, all that gyrating y'all doing, you're buck dancing for the elite, for the Grecians, for the Romans. That's exactly what your mission is. Whatever their mission is, that's what your mission is, because you have denounced your own nationality. We are the Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speak of, but y'all want to be Grecians, y'all want to be Romans, y'all want to be the individuals who enslaved us. Anyway, let us continue.
We believe in service of our community. We believe in uplifting our community.
That's what you claim, right? Well, if you believe in servicing and uplifting your community, won't you tell the people their true identity? Because our people are suffering identity crisis. We don't need to stake claim to being Greek. I'm no Greek, sir. What we need is culture. What we need is the building of a nation. What we need is a treasury. What we need is our own land. What we need is to support one another. That's what we need. Anything outside of that is pretty much an enemy of growth.
We believe in our 4 cardinal principles: manhood, scholarship, perseverance, and uplift.
These men
They believe in earthly wisdom, which is foolish unto the Most High. That's all they believe in, is earthly riches, earthly wisdom. It's foolish unto the Most High.
changed the landscape of the community, working to establish the first African-American YMCA in the area and uplifting local youth.
We can go back into the 80s and 90s. We had partnerships with the Big Brothers, Big Sisters, where we had a lot of African-American young boys that had no big brother.
The fraternity's headquarters, converted by its members, served as a former fire station in 1981. Starting with 16 members, now 80 strong, Omega Sci-Fi is looking forward to its upcoming centennial celebration.
So anytime you see these individuals having celebrations, expect a ritual to come. especially if it's a benchmark. Now, y'all got to understand and pay attention, right? Every time there's a huge celebration, like, you know, similar to we just had the lunar New Year celebration, right? Where 10 people got offed, right? Every time there seems to be some type of festival like Halloween or whatever the case may be, anytime there seems to be a celebration, why all of a sudden somebody passes away? Why is that? Now, all of a sudden, y'all have y'all annual celebration, and Ricky Smiley's son, one of y'all most notable members, he passes away the morning of, literally the morning of, ladies and gentlemen. Could it be possible that the young man didn't want to go? Could it be possible that he didn't want to carry on the traditions of the fraternal order? Was he a threat to the bloodline? There's many questions we can ask. Or did he attend one of these things and something happened there? We just don't know. Literally, all we can do is speculate. But we know for sure that these fraternities and these sororities are demonic. We know that they are Masonic, and we know that they're ran on fear and secrecy, and there's certain oaths that are taken. Let's continue.
It's not something that you usually hear about, and you have to interview that a program or an organization existing so long and not just being first established, but continually doing the work that is being.
Y'all are a 501c3 organization, sir. Any work that you do is being funded by the people you work for, which is the government, sir. They want to act like they're humanitarians. They want to act like they putting their money up to help the people, when a lot of the times it's tax write-offs. A lot of the times y'all setting up these events to further keep our people lost to who they really are, our true culture. We the people of the Bible. We the children of Israel that the Bible speaks of. And until we stake claim to our true culture and identity, we will be slaves to the Greeks, the Romans, and everybody else who had their foot on our necks.
Designed to do for decades, for 100 years.
The Centennial Celebration is this coming Saturday at the Hilton Harrisburg. All tickets are sold out.
It was Saturday. This was 6 days ago. Ricky Smiley's son passed. When, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, yes. He passed either Saturday or Sunday morning. He either passed Saturday morning or Sunday morning, where Ricky Smiley is speaking. And we're going to go into his latest video where he is attempting to give updates without giving any damn updates, right? Oh yeah, we're going to go there, right? Because you could tell a lot from how these people are acting when everything hits the fan. Right? And everybody should be thumbing the video up, man. We're about to go in and we're going to be very thorough with this analysis here. I'm going to share my screen with you all. But first of all, let me show you all this just to show you that Ricky Smiley is on the wall of fame. That he is, I want you to realize how much of a rank. I want you to realize his rank in all of this, right? And this is let me see, or did I close that one there? Well, let's see. Well, I'll pull that up a little bit later, but what I'm gonna show you now is Ricky Smiley's latest video, right? I want to show you his latest video where he's giving you an update without giving you an update. He's not telling you what happened to his son. And this is crazy. Let's see here. Y'all give me one moment, and everybody just pound the like button. I'm moving through some technical issues right now, but I'm gonna get it figured out. All right. After the shocking loss of my son, this is where he posts. Let's see if we can get any more details here to what actually took place.
Today it just feels worse because I think yesterday was the shock, but today reality is setting in.
I mean, I didn't see not one tear. Not one tear. You a horrible actor, sir. If you mourning the loss of your son, stop getting on camera. Go somewhere and mourn without basically grandstanding. Because real people are not buying this, man. We see the patterns that y'all got going on in that industry, and we not falling for this, man.
I can feel it. I just want to tell everyone, thank you for your thoughts. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your text messages and your calls. Really, I really appreciate it.
Man, these people will do anything for damn clout. They'll do anything for it. They'll do anything to pull at you brothers and sisters' heartstrings. In this wicked, satanic industry, you can't trust none of them. Me personally, I'm sick of the theatrics with these people. I'm sick of these individuals who have been living a certain lifestyle for so long and doing the unthinkable behind closed doors. I'm sick and tired of them questioning and insulting our intelligence. We don't even know what happened. We don't even know what happened. You want the world to mourn your son, and we don't know what took place in this incident. You want us to feel sorry for you. And since this situation has taken place, you know, you got a viral video on YouTube. The video has ad revenue. And I feel like that's rather tasteless. I feel like that's, you know, unethical. I feel like that's wrong to get on YouTube and make a video after your child passed away and make it a business move. There's something extremely wrong with that. You should be mourning. You should be comforting your family, not getting on social media grandstanding. It's pathetic. You could have been doing this by yourself. You just sitting there with your damn face all mushed up and crunched up. You could have been doing this on your own damn time, sir. Seriously. Seriously, I'm not buying this. And I hit the wrong button, but this is crazy. Yeah. He want to jump online to show the world what he's going through. Exactly what you doing right now, you should be doing that in the privacy and the confines of your own damn room. Ain't no way. And real men don't like being seen hurting like that. We just don't like it. If you hurting and all of that, listen, we like to be strong for our families. We'll go walk off like you would be hard pressed to see a masculine man really just crying out in the public like that. Not saying it doesn't happen, but we try to avoid that at all costs just because we know we got to be strong for our family. The internet has turned everybody into just clout chasers. It's pathetic.
recordings just got better.
Here we go. He monetizing this video too. You can't make this up, man. People chasing that dollar, man.
Just trying to understand all of this.
You trying to understand all of what, man? What happened? You trying to understand what happened to your son? Do you know what happened? He's trying to understand what? You know what you had to do, Ricky. You know. You know what the Brotherhood required. 100 years after Omega Sci-Fi, you knew what was required. You the biggest member right now. Was it worth it, Ricky? The Brotherhood? Spit it out, Ricky. You don't understand why you do what you do to remain employed? Why you do what you do to remain in connections with the Brotherhood? You don't know why you do what it is you do, huh? That was blood of your blood, man. Flesh of your flesh. Now, Ricky Smiley, what else has he contributed? What else has he contributed to society? I seen some of those other Omega Sci-Fi that were doctors, scientists, political figures, revolutionaries, and so forth, athletes, baseball players. What have Ricky Smiley done for the community but cross-dress? But only thing he's done was sit up there trying to look like somebody's cool-ass auntie, right? So I guess something would have to be required from you, because you've had a long time to have success within the industry. Yeah, what have you done but get on stage and give your whack comedy? What have you done? I'm pretty sure it was a sacrifice that was needed, man. Calling people's house, acting like somebody's grandma or auntie. You done that so long, you move your mouth like a woman, bro. You have the facial expressions of somebody's grandmother. Could it be, Ricky, that during the hazing process, they was giving you 1,000 lashes with them paddles? I think you traumatized, Ricky. I think you're suffering, Ricky. I think you got a little bit of
emotional damage
from all the times they was paddling you, from the times you were blindfolded and tied up, from the times where they made you do store runs, from the times where they were, getting a whipping stick on you. Yeah, I know all about them fraternities. Ain't no way you finna give up that brotherhood after they did what they did to you. Some of y'all be getting oiled up. Y'all be getting oiled up to get spanked by grown ass men, bro. Yeah, making y'all go without eating or make y'all digest bodily fluids, smacking you all in your head and smacking you all in your face, putting boots to your behind. Oh, I've seen the movie Burning Sands. I know what you went through. You ain't gonna give up the connections and brotherhood after you've been through what you've been through. So poor Brandon was more likely had to be on the chopping block. See, that's how it works.
I feel bad for my other kids. My kids confused. They don't know what to do. Everybody's asleep.
Hey, listen, Ricky, you said your kids confused. Negro, the whole world is confused because we don't know what the hell happened to your son. Your kids probably confused because they don't even know what happened. Confused. Everybody's confused because you giving no details, which is it's cruel and unusual, bruh. It's cruel and unusual that you would keep making videos, getting paid for this content that you producing, without telling the people what the hell took place and leaving us in wonder to try to figure it out. So you can't get mad that you got content creators that are speculating on what happened, because you left this open for interpretation. You left this open for the imaginations of the people to run wild. And it just so happened there's people out here who got discernment that the Most High have chose to be able to see some of the evil that y'all got going on. And the Most High designated us to put y'all in y'all's place and show you your transgressions. See, we are thorn in y'all's side. Talking about his kids confused. We all confused. What happened to the man?
I took a sleeping pill. I only slept for 4 hours. Yeah. I don't have an appetite. But I feel bad for her. Especially Miss Nichols in Memphis, I feel bad for her. All the parents that have ever been through this just never thought I would be a member of an organization.
Hold up. You would have never thought you would have been a member of an organization. Hold up. What are you talking about, bro? What organization do you speak of? Could this organization been the reason why Brandon is no longer here? How does this organization that you were part of, affect what took place? Could have been an organization that sanctioned certain things to take place, Ricky? I don't think you ever thought there was an organization that would make you compromise the ones that you love the most. I see more guilt. I see guilt, more guilt than anything on this man. That's what I see. I see guilt. You talking to me right now, Ricky. You telling me what happened. It's written all over your face. Are we talking about the organization that buries their children? We talking about that organization, the organization that loses their children mysteriously and end up getting validation and support and end up, growing in their respective field of work, because you shouted out some lady that none of us really know. Maybe she's part of this organization too. Are you talking about the Boule? Are you talking about the Prince Hall Masons who sacrificed their sons and daughters? Because a lot of them do it. A lot of them do it. There's a lot of individuals who, lose their lives by the hand of police officers as well. And their parents happen to be Eastern Stars, like the Trayvon Martin situation. The mother, a Eastern Star, the father, a 33rd degree Mason. Yeah. Are you talking about that kind of, organization? I don't know. I'm just saying. Yeah, they say Kanika Jenkins Peoples was involved in the craft, involved in the lodge. They say Mike Brown's people was involved in the lodge, the fraternity. Because I think that's the organization you talking about. Because let me ask y'all this. Have y'all ever heard of an organization? See, when you hear the word organization, you think about something that's substantiated, right? Have y'all ever heard of an organization for people who lost their child? If so, what's the name of this organization? Show me the name of this organization where they're here just for people who buried their child. Because if that's the case, that's, you know, they will be worldwide. We would know about them. A lot of people haven't, right? So what is Ricky talking about? There are none, right? Unless he's talking about some type of secret society.
Where you have to bury your kid.
Where you have to bury your kid. So you never thought you'll be a part of an organization where you have to bury your kid, where you have to bury your kid, where you have to bury your kid. So let me get this right. You did what you had to do. It's safe to say that, right? It's safe to say that you did, or you feel like you did what you had to do, huh? An organization that have to bury their kids. See, all you got to do is listen to them speak. They believe that they believe that we're stupid and they can speak in coded messages, but we can hear and see you very clearly. Yep.
So it's a terrible nightmare. My mom is here. I never seen my mother. Excuse me.
I'm surprised Ricky ain't on here acting like that damn character that he dressed up as. I'm surprised he ain't having convulsions and speaking in tongues like that character that he liked to play. Because I think that would have been better acting than what we getting right here. Seriously. Yeah, bring Miss Bernice on. I think people would have bought it more in the black community if you would have brought Miss Bernice, your alter ego, on the scene and let her go ahead and act. You know, that woman that lives inside of you. You should have let her on the scene. Ross Clyde.
Just the look of just my mom just looked so like sadness in her eyes. My mama talked to my son yesterday morning. They were supposed to go to church. She was going to go pick him up and take him to church. She texted him back for the address and he didn't respond. An hour and a half after that, or maybe 2 hours, he was gone.
But what happened to him? Somebody called him. He didn't respond. And then maybe an hour after that or 2 hours, he was gone. He was gone how? What happened? Was he sick? I mean, I just don't get it. Like, how people can even watch this stream or watch this video and not question what the hell happened. This is crazy.
Or maybe 2 hours. She was going to go pick him up and take him to church.
So somebody called him that she was going to pick him up and take him to church, and he didn't respond. And what happened? Somebody just found him unalive? What are we talking about here?
She texted him back for the address and he didn't respond.
What happened to him, bruh? She texted him back for the address. He didn't respond. So what happened? Did he just disappear? Did he just pass out? What happened? Somebody said, do your research. How about I block you? Yeah, let's get him up out of there. Somebody said, that person who said, do your research, get him out of there. Block him.
a half after that. Or maybe 2 hours. He was gone. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. We serve an awesome God, though.
Oh, really?
Thank God.
You serve an awesome God. Who is your God? What God do you serve? What God do you serve? See, a lot of people use the word God. And a lot of individuals believe that they're talking about the Most High God. See, ladies and gentlemen, there's more than one God. You only can serve one or two masters, man. Either you serving the God of this world, you know, that give you your paycheck, your material possessions, your lifestyle. And don't get it twisted. The Most High God can give you all those things too. But the God of this world, he requires certain sacrifices. Or do you serve the God of Israel, the Most High, who created the heavens, the universe, the great I Am, who is not relegated to time or space? We talking about he is who he is. He is time and space. He is the creator. He is the omnipresent. He is the know all be all. He is the God who commands us. What God are you serving? So when people say, you know, we serve an awesome God, in the industry, their God is Satan, bro. Their God is the devil. That's their God. That's the God in which they trust. You are an idolater, sir. You pledge Omega Psi Phi to get connections. You downplayed your own culture and nationality. You stated claim to being a Greek. So you will carry out the traditions of your father, which is the devil. The lust of your father ye will do. He been a murderer and a liar from the beginning.
God for giving him to us. I feel bad for my son's mother.
You thank God for giving him to us, but wouldn't it be safe to say that if you serving a righteous God, the same God took him away, right? Because last time I checked, the Bible says God giveth and God taketh away. So, I mean, who we talking about here? What God took him away? It's almost like you thanking the creator for bringing him into your life, but he had to go. His time was up. Thanks for it's almost like you saying, you know, I'm glad we got to spend some time with him, but now, you know, his number was called. See, this is why you don't get online displaying your grief. This is why you go deal with it by yourself, not on the internet. Because you're going to have people who are going to criticize everything.
More than anything, I feel bad for her. All the parents, they got to bury their kids. I had to bury their kids. I know what it feels like. So, it would be a blessing to see my granddaughter. We haven't seen her since Halloween.
You haven't seen your granddaughter since Halloween. Could have been an issue in the family where they didn't want you around. You know, Halloween was a big ritual time. You know, that's when Takeoff went out. And we know how y'all celebrities do on Halloween. Could it be that somebody had some insight and intuition and they didn't want you around your granddaughter since Halloween? Could it be that? See? It was time for you, Ricky, huh? It was time for you to give up something, somebody. And now you out here showing this fake grief. And we supposed to feel sorry for you. I'm not buying it. And neither is the people in this live stream watching. Nobody's buying you.
Why? I don't know.
Why? I don't know. Why? I don't know. So that alludes to it being an issue between you and your people. You don't know why you couldn't see your granddaughter since Halloween? Maybe because somebody realized that you ain't no damn good. Maybe somebody realized that you are putting these individuals in jeopardy somehow because you are part of that demonic industry. Maybe because your son has some insight. Maybe the people around him was giving him some type of warning about you. See, it'll be your own family. Desperate times call for desperate measures with these industry puppets and clowns. They willing to put anybody on the table just to maintain a lifestyle. They are plagued with uncertainty. You got people out here who are millionaires who still scared of being poor and broke. And anything you fear in life will come true. Everything they fear, they will lose. Because all of these so-called rich people are terrified about losing everything. And you know what? They will lose it all. It's all going to come to a screeching halt. Cardi B, she complaining about groceries and the woman's a millionaire. That's because you're uncertain. You're shaken in spirit. This is why you people work like slaves, get on stages and basically exploit yourself. You are under hypnosis. You are afraid of the people who cut your check. You are slaves. Ricky Smiley, you are a slave, sir. All I see is fear in your eyes, boy. Fear. I don't see grief. I see an individual who works for someone. I see an individual who is full of secrets. Oh yeah, when you in those fraternities, you know a lot. You probably know something about every last one of your constituents. You more than likely know how dangerous it is. You gotta watch out for those close to you, man. Because they the ones that'll do you in. Seriously.
But thank y'all for your prayers and your concerns and your calls, everything. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, the outpouring of love and support for us. I'm gonna be okay, but reality is setting in this morning. This morning is different from yesterday. Yeah, this some other kind of stuff right here, the way I feel like somebody's stomping on my chest, and it's just
sort of like y'all was stomping the yard, huh? In the fraternity, right? Sort of like y'all was stomping the yard, walking through the burning sands, doing the rituals. Sort of like y'all be stomping at these festivals, buck dancing for your people. Yeah, somebody stomping down on you now, huh? Now you feeling it, right? Was it all worth it though? Was it all worth it?
It's nonstop.
And he can't stop fiddling with his face. Why you keep fiddling with your face? Grabbing your chin. I smell a liar. I see someone who's disingenuous. That's what I see.
Stop stomping on your chest and your butterflies and running back and forth to the bathroom every 5 minutes.
That don't sound like grief. What you got butterflies for unless you nervous? somebody stomping on, it feels like somebody stomping on your chest and you got butterflies. Sir, that sounds like anxiety. That sounds more like anxiety than grief. How many of y'all can agree on that? That sounds like anxiety, what he just explained. That's not grief. That's not how a person feels when they grieve. A person who's grieving feel lowly, depressed, sad. They just can't stop crying. They'll think about the person they love and the tears just flow, bro. They don't feel like being bothered. They feel like being alone. That's how people feel when they're grieving a loved one, especially someone that close to them. This sounds like anxiety, like you have a lot of pressure on you, Ricky, because you got to go ahead and be the one who deliver this news. And you don't know how it's going to bode. You don't know how the people going to feel. You don't know if people are going to see through it. You know something that clearly we don't know. It sounds like you nervous before a performance. That's what it sounds like. When you get butterflies in your stomach and your heart is pounding, that is literally the feeling you get before you make a performance. And I believe, Ricky, that this is the biggest performance that you ever had in your entire career, sir. I think you're performing and you're not doing a good job. Yeah, anxiety, guilt, and fear. We see it very clear.
And you ain't even crying and tears coming down your eyes, but you ain't crying. And then you crying.
That sounds dumb. How you crying but tears ain't coming down your eyes? And why are you giving us video documentation, play by play?
Ain't no tears coming down.
Play by play on what you going through. Hold on.
But thank y'all for some other kind of stuff right here, the way I feel like somebody's stomping on my chest, and it's just non-stop stomping on your chest and your butterflies and running back and forth to the bathroom every 5 minutes. And you ain't even crying and tears coming down your eyes, but you ain't crying. And then you crying and ain't no tears coming down your eyes. I didn't even cry at all yesterday. I was just in shock. But today, the sadness is settling.
You ain't cry yesterday and you was in shock, but you knew how to maneuver. You wasn't that uncognitive or you didn't have that much discognitation in order to pull up your cell phone, title your video, push the live button, and start talking to the people, but you was in shock. That's not what a person in shock do. Somebody runs into your house right now with guns are blazing. You in shock, right? What's the first thing you do? Pick up your phone and live stream? I mean, seriously, when you listen to this, this is crazy. Somebody kick in the door, waving the 4 floors, right? They run up on you and, I'm in shock, right? The first thing you do is pick up a cell phone and start to stream live? No, I think not. When a person is in shock, they're going to be dealing with the situation head on. If you were in shock, you should have been dealing with that on your own. I don't know too many people in shock that automatically pick up a damn cell phone and start live streaming. That's crazy, sir. I mean, who the hell you think we are, man?
It's setting in. Every parent, they got to go through this weekend, and last weekend, and the weekend before. All parents, every mother, every single mother that had to bury her son. As men, we suffer too, but I really want to put all the focus on all the mothers whether it was from violent crime, whether they had cancer and was sick, whether it was a car accident.
Yo, that's some real talk this person in the chat just said. Said he was able to hop on a flight and make a video before traveling. Yo, you have to be very cognitive to do all of that. Especially when you about to board a plane, because it can be somewhat stressful. You know, you got to get your bags checked in. You got to be there in a timely fashion. You want to make sure you didn't forget anything. You didn't leave anything. But you still had the ability to hop on a live stream. That's crazy as hell, bro. And you want to tell us that you was in shock yesterday. That's insane.
Really want to put all the focus on all the mothers, whether it was from violent crime.
And this is what they do. They start to try to make the women feel a certain way. You see what he's doing? I want to put all the focus on all the mothers. All the mothers, as if fathers don't hurt from losing their children. You see? He's trying to, you know, feed off the woman's emotions. He's trying to get all the women involved, bro. Yeah. You know, all the women who lost their children, and he's grandstanding right now. Damn, Ricky, you need this much attention? You know, it's all about the mothers and the mothers who lost their child to this, that, and the third, gun violence, and this, that, and the third. This is emotional manipulation at its finest. That's why I'm telling you, these people are wizards. And they appeal to the simple-minded. If you don't have the eyes to see, this type of rhetoric will get you in your fifis. This type of rhetoric will have you, you know, really supporting Ricky Smiley. Everything he do, you'll support it. Why? Because you can relate as a mother. Damn, clout chasing at an all-time high. This is sick right here.
Crying, whether they had cancer and was sick, whether it was a car accident. All the mothers that have to bury a kid. I'm watching my mother, and that's her grandson. I can imagine it's hard losing a son, but I can't imagine losing them.
Look, there go his ads. I feel you. Here he go. Make money, money, money. Now, the comparison he just made was foolish in itself. Your son just passed away and you comparing other people's loss of life to yours. Basically saying, what it sounds like to me is you're trying to reason with yourself, Ricky. See, I can read you, bro. It sounds like to me you're trying to reason with yourself and you're somehow trying to tell yourself it's not as bad because it was your son. You know, other people got it worse. No, that was your son, Ricky. That was blood of your blood, flesh of your flesh. How could you reason with that? It ain't no way. I'm going to compare my pain to somebody else's pain or what they going through if I just lost my son. I ain't trying to hear none of that. If I just lost my son, ain't nobody going through the pain that I'm going through at that moment. I'm not going to sit up here and try to, you know, appeal to everybody who may have lost somebody. I'm not doing that. I'm going to be somewhere by myself mourning because I feel like at that point, can't nobody feel what I'm feeling. But you trying to reason with yourself. You trying to go, you know, appeal to a bunch of people. You're a wizard, man. And this is evil what you doing. This is evil. He don't seem very emotional at all. But people fall for the charades.
A grandson.
You couldn't imagine people. So let me get this right. You lost a son, the heir to your throne, But you couldn't imagine the pain of somebody losing a grandson? Some people lose children at birth. There's plenty of people who lost grandchildren. But your son was 32 years old, in the brink of his potential, trying to pursue comedy. And he's gone. Nobody knows what happened to him because you haven't told us what happened. And all we got is you trying to reason with yourself in the whole situation. You self-centered prick, you. Lady Davis, thanks for the $10 contribution. I appreciate it. Y'all, we got to stay woke, man. Look at this. Come on, man. You can do it. Squeeze a tear out. You can do it. You can do it, Ricky. I believe in you, bro. Man, I feel like he tried really, really, really hard to cry just now. I really feel like he was trying to get a tear out, and I almost thought he was going to be able to do it. Because let me tell you, if a tear would have rolled, everybody in the chat, oh, that would have got him. That would have got him. But the problem is, Ricky, your soul is gone. You don't have a soul up in there. That's the problem. You don't have a soul. Your acting is terrible. No wonder we never seen you in movies. Only place we seen you is on these little skits dressing like Bernice and prank calling people. That's what you good at. That's what word on the streets is. That's what you were good at when you was being when you was pledging. They say that that's what you was good at. That's what word on the streets is. That's what the rumor is, that you used to dress up like a lady, all through the college. That's what you were doing. That's what you were known for. That's how you got where you got. That, during the hazing process, you was one of them people who can play a woman real well. And a lot of them guys in those fraternities, they be real funny style. Any man that want to slick up another grown man with WD-40 and spank him with pallets and have you on your knees crawling around the room eating out of dog bowls and all this weird behavior, more than likely they zesty. Cassiness says he died in a car accident. Cassie, that doesn't make no sense. And if you wrong on that, better believe I'm gonna remember you and block you. And the reason that doesn't make sense because he just said that the grandmother was about to pick him up to go to church. If he was driving, why he didn't just go to the church? Like, if you out here putting false narratives out in my chat, I really would like to fact check you right now, because I would definitely get you up out of here. Ricky haven't even told us what happened to him. Yeah, like, why would you even say that if it's not true? They be sending agents, but let's go.
Oh, thank you. My mom is here. She's downstairs. Both of my parents are here. She okay? She a G. tried to be the best father I could. Wasn't perfect.
Not one tear yet. Good gracious. Yeah, take the glasses off. Get up in the camera. Really make the people feel you. Really make them feel you. Pull at those heartstrings. Let's see what you got, Ricky.
I didn't play no games. I didn't just tried to be the best dad I could be. So, it is what it is, right? So thank y'all for your prayers and your calls.
You try to be the best dad you could be. It is what it is. That's what he said. It is what it is. You just lost your son. It is what it is. So you go to almost shedding tears, reminiscent of your son. Now, he just died days ago. You're reminiscing of your son. You're reminiscing on what type of father you are. And you don't break down. Only thing you can say is it is what it is. It is what it is. I tried to be a great father. I wasn't the best. It is what it is. Yeah, Ricky, you should have go ahead. You should have went ahead and got you some onions, right? Should have put them onions in front of you, chopped them up real fine, and make something shake. But even if this man ball out crying, I'm not believing him. I'm not believing none of you industry puppets. Some of y'all are some good actors. Ricky just happens to be a horrible actor.
Everything. I'm gonna be okay. I really want you to pray for my son's mother and my son's sisters and his
gotta be the divine feminine
cousins. And my son had my youngest son my youngest son has his own issues. He got his own issues.
He says my youngest son have his own issues. Yo, could it be perhaps that his sons may have battled or struggled with some kind of drug usage? Or could it be that he's saying his son has his own issues, his youngest son has his own issues because that's the son that you decided should still be living? Could it be that you had to choose which child was put on the chopping block and you felt like you have a stronger connection with the youngest son because y'all maybe have the same issues? Maybe y'all are part of the same fraternity. Maybe him and the youngest son are more so going to carry on the traditions, keep the organization, keep the oath. Maybe, I don't know, what is going on here? Your youngest son have issues. So did Brandon have issues? Did they have a monkey on their back? Were they doing some drugs? Was this an overdose? I mean, we can only speculate because he haven't told us the cause of death.
And to keep him alive.
Hold up. To keep him alive? What? Hold on. Wait, stop the presses. Go back.
My youngest son has his own issues. He got his own issues. Fighting to keep him alive.
Fighting to keep him alive. Your youngest son has issues fighting to keep him alive. Fighting to keep him alive. Ricky, did you choose the wrong son? Oh man. Or is it that your youngest son already have issues, so you felt bad if it was him? Somebody said both sons did pills together. How do we know? Like, if you are in here just giving blanket, I'm blocking both of those people that I said from earlier. Because it's one thing to speculate, and then it's one thing for you to just say things as if they're facts. If you haven't learned nothing on this channel, we deal with the facts. You don't just come in here making up lies. Talking about they both were popping pills together. You block for that. We don't bear false witness over here. Get that through your thick skull and stop playing in my damn chat.
He's fighting to stay alive.
He's fighting to stay alive. Because he have certain affiliations. His younger son have certain affiliations with certain people where he has to fight to stay alive. You know, this is deep, y'all. Spirit E, thank you for the $20 contribution. I appreciate the support. Unapologetic Libra says, every situation is not a conspiracy. You're blocked too. Good day. Good day, ma'am. Take you and your horoscope name out of here. How about that? You don't even know what a conspiracy is. Common sense would tell you, if this man is not telling you how his son died, people can speculate and use their discernment to try to decipher what the hell took place. And that's the issue. Everybody believes everything is relative. Nobody has any discernment nowadays, where these celebrities can tell you anything. They can tell you somebody died, not even tell you how they died. They can hop on camera and cry you a damn river, give you some trash acting skills, and basically spin the people around their little pinky finger. Because you're weak-minded. You don't think. You don't have logic. Everything's not a conspiracy. Yeah, you the same one that went up there and got yourself poked up too. You the same one who will end up with heart failure in a couple months from now, right? You the same one. Yeah. You the same one who went up there and put your life on the line. Because everything's not a conspiracy.
Because he's dealing with a lot, dealing with depression and anxiety and stuff.
So are you trying to say that your other son was dealing with that too? See, you know, it's like they want people's imagination to run wild. Because it's almost as if he's saying, you know, I already got my younger son, he fighting to stay alive too. It's almost like you're trying to say that your older son was battling with the same thing, like he was depressed. I think they're trying to make it seem as if he might have offed himself. He just wants us to speculate. We are now to believe every time somebody going through something that they done something to themselves. That's almost like what he's trying to project. It's not about what they're saying, it's about what they're not saying. It's about, you know, they speak these coded messages, and don't fall for the spell, y'all. This is a spell he's trying to put on y'all. He's saying his youngest son fighting to stay alive too. Like they were both dealing with depression. And I'm gonna show you that I believe it was total contrary to what he's saying, because we're gonna go to another source after this. And I'm gonna show you something about Brandon Smiley. I'm gonna show you something about Brandon Smiley. But anyway, let's go.
And yep. Love y'all. Thank y'all for coming on here. Thank you for your kind words. It means a lot. It means a lot to us. So God bless y'all, man, and God bless your family. Just make sure you keep having real conversations with your kids. Keep your kids safe. Keep your kids safe. God bless you.
Keep your kids safe.
And absolutely.
Did you keep Brandon safe? Did you have real conversations with Brandon? Because it's almost like you admitting that you didn't do the best. You already said you wasn't the best father. You did the best you can do. Did you not keep Brandon safe? Are you projecting right now, Ricky? Did you not tell him what's going on with the fraternal order? Did you not give him some real conversations? Because you just told us, you know, you tried to be a good father. And this is the advice that you're giving these parents. This is the advice that you're giving the families, to have real conversations with your children and to keep them safe. That almost makes it seem as if that's something that you failed to do. That's what it sounds like to me. Sound like that's something you failed to do for Brandon, to keep the man safe, to have real conversation. You told us you did the best you can do, and it is what it is. These are your words. These are your words, man. Did you sacrifice Brandon for the Brotherhood, for the elite? Did you? Did you do the unthinkable? Did you do what Quavo did to take off? That's what I want to know.
Love you. Absolutely love you. I'll probably, it's gonna be a long ass week. Long week. So, all right, thank y'all for watching. Just a quiet Monday morning. But I have to say, I did watch the game, the last part of
Wow. He watched the game. He watched the game. It just gets worse and worse. And I'm telling y'all, I'm reacting to this organically, y'all. I did not watch this video beforehand. I seen maybe a minute in, and then I just go off of that. And the more that I sit here and watch this video, the more I can't believe what's coming out this man's mouth. I can't believe the nonchalant attitude. This is weird behavior. Nobody gives a damn about no game. I think the man is speaking in code. You watch the game. Is this all a game that you playing with us? Is this a one big game? Are you telling the elite that it's time to play the game? This is crazy.
the game that's going to be a real good Super Bowl. So that kind of got my mind off of things. I have to go back and watch it. I recorded it though. But thank y'all so much, man. God bless y'all. And
that was just highly inappropriate.
I'll keep this as a documentary.
Wow. Now you're going to make yourself a damn documentary. He said he's going to keep this as a documentary. So now we know why he's filming. Now we know why he's collecting these videos. So he's going to get paid 2 ways. Man going to put out a whole movie, pretty much a docu series. So let me get this right. You're going to get paid from YouTube AdSense revenue, and you're going to take this same footage and compile it into a documentary to get paid off of that too. Wow. Can somebody say ritual abuse? Because that's what seems to be happening in these families, bro.
Document all this stuff and invent and all of this stuff.
So now he's trying to act like he's just documenting and inventing. Yo, let me show y'all something, right? This is why I think Brandon was the target. This is what I think. He tried to make it seem like Brandon has some type of issues. Well, he didn't say it directly, but he said, you know, something about depression, how one of his sons is fighting to stay alive. Like he have his own issues. As if Brandon was walking around the same way, depressed, right? But peep game though. Peep game though. Your son got baptized. Your son looked like he was giving his life to the Most High. Your son looked like he was trying to do what was necessary. We don't know what your son, what his beliefs was. He could have known who he was. See, let me tell you something. When it comes to the darkness, right? With the energy that's going on in the industry, they always try to stifle the beacon of light. It's always the one in the family that's trying to get their life together, following the Most High, the one that'll break the chains. And when you look at this baptism, you can see that the light is on this brother. He was getting his life on track, and that's how it is in these families when it's ritual abuse. When it's a very satanic atmosphere, they always go after the one who is trying to seek righteousness and light. That's the biggest one. Somebody jumped and said, stop lying. His sons took pills. You're lying. How? I'm lying. How would I know what his son? For one, how would I know what his son's done? Nobody knows. You know what? They're just agents. Let's get her up out of there. And regardless, and let me put this out here, because they're trying to get me to really kirk off with saying these dumb comments, right? So let me calm myself down. Let's just block them. Hypothetically, it comes out that they done pills, that they had, you know, some type of monkey on their back, some type of addiction, something going on in their life. Everybody's battling with something. Everybody deals with some type of vice in their life. That doesn't mean that somebody ain't trying to get their life on the right track. That's a foolish, that's just a foolish statement altogether. But this is what people do. Want to throw the dirt up in your life when you're trying to do the right thing. He just got baptized in 2022, months ago. Even if that man battled with certain things, look what his intentions were before you go out here rushing to judgment. I don't care what they did. Some of y'all addicted to honey buns up in here. Some of y'all can't stop eating McDonald's. So get out of here. Anyway, let's go. And there's no sound to this. So all you get is a visual. That man came to the water. That man came to the water. Yeah. Could it be that this gentleman was the beacon of light? Could it have been that he didn't want to carry on the demonic traditions of the family? Could it be that he didn't want to be a part of it? Got his all white on. Whatever Brandon was dealing with, could he been trying to turn it all around. You come out that water, you feel like a new being. I got baptized in Jamaica last year myself, baptized in Jamaica. Shout out to the brethren who baptized me in Jamaica. It's a different feeling, man, when you come up out that water and you telling the Most High that you are not without fault. Divine Guidance, thank you for the $5 contribution. She says he doesn't know how he died. They didn't tell us. Followed whole point of his weirdly emotional video. I didn't hear him say that, Divine Guidance. Nowhere in that video did he say nobody told him what happened to his own son. So I don't know if you were just saying that. Like, did you hear him say that somewhere? Did you hear Ricky Smiley say he don't know how his son died? Because I surely didn't hear that. So you just got to be careful of not making false statements in my chat. Seriously. Because that would be a false statement. And if Ricky didn't know how his son died, you know, he would be demanding answers. Any parent would be demanding answers. That would be a whole different conversation. Did Ricky Smiley sacrifice his son for the fraternal order, for the Brotherhood? Peep this, man. Let's watch the brother again come up out of that water. When I was baptized in Jamaica, when I came out of that water, a lightning bolt lit up the sky. And I still battle with certain issues. Even after being baptized, I still battle with certain issues. But I know that the Most High is with me. Oh, she says, I said, we don't know how he died. Oh, I think you may have made a typo then. Yeah, we don't know. That's true. We don't know. But hopefully the brother, he made it to the kingdom. He made it to the bosom of Abraham, and judgment falls on those who may have been involved in any foul play. You know, as men of the Most High, we are praying judgment, and we're praying reckoning and justice for anybody who is taking these oaths, for anybody who is jeopardizing a family, for anybody who is practicing ritual abuse. We pray that the Most High God deals with them accordingly, and his will shall be done, because our prayers are powerful. Be careful. Watch your family. Watch your surroundings. I got more content coming. I'm going to be doing a follow-up stream later on about these fraternities. We're going to really expose them for what they are. And it's going to help out a lot of individuals who may be thinking about bending to the peer pressure of joining a fraternity just to be somebody. Yeah, we're going to break it down. We're going to listen to some firsthand testimonies. We're going to break this thing down, because there's always a message that needs to be learned throughout these situations. That's what we're going to do over here. But I love each and every one of you. And I am grateful for y'all's support. Everybody can just like the video and share it everywhere. Stay safe out there. Watch the ones around you. You know, stay in the word. You know, pray for discernment if you're not seeing things. If this stream rattles your spirit, you ask the Most High to give you clarity. Because all I can do is speculate. You ask the Creator to give you discernment and clarity, and if you ask for the truth, he shall give it unto thee. Straight up. So peace and protection to you all. One love. Shalom and peace.